All right, so this is the first episode of Dip into Deacove. I've found a lot of these family pastime games at the Goodwill and other such places over the years because they tend to be pretty common finds there, at least where I am. I think the games are purchased a lot by homeschoolers and just other folks as well. But one really interesting thing about these family pastime games is they're all cooperative entirely. And this one, so each episode of Dip into Deacove, we're going to be looking at a different family pastimes game, which are all designed by Jim Deacove, the kind of auteur of the company. And I'm starting with this one because it's the oldest one I could find that I have. I thought I had the Togetherness one, or Together, or whatever it's called, somewhere. But if you have a lot of games, they kind of get misplaced sometimes. And sometimes I pack games inside of other games because I don't like the empty spaces in games. So we're going to start with this one, which is actually pretty unique, I think, compared to a lot of the games. And you'll see why when I open the box. Or maybe you'll see why if you had played other family pastimes games and then seen this one. Okay, so we open the box. We have, first of all, the box is very different. Let's see, I guess I should show you the box. And then we have the rules right here, which are kind of, these rules are, tend to be a little more like stream of consciousness compared to other rules. You kind of have to sometimes imply the rules, which makes sense with kind of how his games are. And we have this little mat here. Then we have these very nice wooden blocks. So we'll put the mat there. And then we have these blocks here. And they, this is 1972. They've held up very well over the years, though maybe this could be a reprint. I don't think so, though. Oh no, yeah, there's a renewal of the copyright in 1982, so unless he was like looking forward in the future and saying I'm going to renew the copyright in 1982 and thereby put it in here. No, but it says revised, so this is the revised game. This isn't the 1972 one. But still, these blocks have held up very well. And as you can see, there's these different symbols on each side. And that's pretty much the game, or the components anyway. And there's a lot of different things you can do with these blocks, a lot of different ways you can play with them. You're supposed to do them with people. I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm even going to do it with real people cards. I'll just kind of show you some of the games a little bit. And then, it doesn't have to be a big thing. We're just dipping into Deacove. First of all, though, I'd like to read this. I was looking over the pamphlet earlier today, and I just wanted to read this little section here called Why Zen Blocks. The game came to me in a vivid dream, very early one morning 10 years ago. The entire perception of it with all its details appeared in a flash. Later, when testing it out, I found that people, often the very young, who used mostly insight or intuition for seeing the relationships and making the cube come together as a whole, had the most success. Zen is concerned with this kind of organic total perception, hence the game's title. And then some other stuff. So there's a lot of different games you can play with this. I guess we'll just go and try the first one, which is Game 1, Simple Zen, Matching Tops for Youngsters and Beginners. Alright, we're a beginner, right? And some of you might be young. Some people say I'm relatively young, although I feel like I'm middle-aged. Okay, roll one key block. So, if you notice, one of the blocks is different. Did I leave that in the box? I did, because I was thinking ahead. Okay, so this one's just like a die, right? These things. So what we gotta do is roll this, shake it, shake it, shake it, let it go. We got this symbol. I don't know what that symbol means. Oh, I can tell you what it means. That symbol means heaven. It's funny. So we have sun, rain, heaven, earth, eye, and horse. I like that grouping of things because I don't know. Like the first four kind of seem like they have something in common, right? But then we have eye, which is, I guess, kind of mystical. Eyes are kind of mystical. But then you have horse, which I guess could be kind of mystical in some tradition, but I don't know. Then we have the yin-yang symbol, which is kind of a wild, I think. Alright, so what we're going to do with this first game is we just have to make we're trying to build a cube from this. We just have to make sure the tops of the things match. So I think I'll simulate a 2-player cooperative experience. So I think they're supposed to split the things, right? So we got 6 there, 5, 6, and this person will get 1 more. And we just have to make the tops of them match and then build it up to a cube. So it's a 3 cubed, right? All right. So I'm just looking for that symbol. Now let's take a look at, just to be sure we're doing this right. So it's simple rules, but the way the rules are written, it's kind of more difficult for me to process. I tend to skim when I read. I don't, because a lot of times people are overly wordy, and so I that's why I miss a lot of rules in games actually, because I just am a poor reader, I think. An impatient reader, that's what I would say. I can read words, I can do that fine, but I don't take my time. Roll key block, place on corner space, then taking turns, add a block by matching symbols on the top faces of the blocks only when they are at the same level. Symbols must match horizontally, orthogonally essentially, but do not have to diagonally. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Alright, so let's just start doing it. We'll put that there, that matches. And then we've got, what's that symbol? I don't know what that symbol is. So here we have a symbol that's not even on here. I'm not seeing it. Oh, that's the horse. Okay, yeah. The horse looks different on here than that. Alright. So we've got heaven and horse. We need some more horses. Oh, but now it's this person's turn. Do you have any horses? An interesting thing about this, so this is earlier on in the rules, it says it's a cooperative game. And that everyone either wins together or loses together. However, I don't know how you can lose unless you give up. Because it also says somewhere in the rules that in a turn you can take a block off and then put a different block down if you want. So it's more just like a cooperative puzzle, I think, than a game with an end result. So although it says this is a game of cooperation, it's not really a cooperative game in the way that we think of it today. Even though the rules kind of say it's like that, if you actually read the rules, you're not limited in moves or anything, so you can just kind of keep going until you get it. So that's what we'll do. I don't know, does this person have a horse? Okay, here's a horse. And we have an eyeball. Okay, now it's this person's turn. Let's kind of center things more. So this is a person and this is a person. And see, here's why it's kind of more interesting, I think, as a cooperative game, especially if you don't look at the other person's pieces. You could essentially like play perfectly with this game if you just had access to all the pieces and took the time, right? But I don't know what they have, so I kind of have to set it up so that everything matches. Now, here's a problem. Okay, so I shouldn't put this here, and so this person already did. I take that off because you can't put one here that also matches that, right? So we gotta take that off. How would we do this? Do we need another pair of, I'm glad we're doing beginners. Let's go ahead and use our yin-yang. Do that. So we can put it whatever we want, because it's gotta match both, right? So that means you need to have a horse here and a horse here. Unless we have a heaven horse piece. We have a heaven horse piece. So that'd be better than yin yang. So we can save the yin yang. And now we have. No, you can't do a heaven horse. You gotta do a yin yang there. I see. In the case, unless we want to like go back further. Guess I'm not very intuitive because I'm taking a while here in the children's version of the game. Okay, so we just need a horse on the side. Do you have any horses? Do you have any horses? You have a horse on the tip. Okay, here's a horse. Okay, now we just need a, I guess that's rain? See, here this looks very different. No, that's not rain. What is that supposed to... Oh, that's sun. Okay. There's sun. And so we just need a sun and a heaven. And then we have that level done. Maybe you lose if you put down a wrong one. But you can always take one off. So I just don't know. Okay, we're looking for sun. I'm saying sun, but I still haven't like matched the characters in my mind with that. So it's kind of, I'm verbally thinking, okay, look for sun, but then I'm just seeing all these symbols that none of them look like a sun to me. Sun in heaven. I don't think you have one, do you? Two suns, two eyes. This one has two of everything. Okay. Two of everything. Okay, we could do another yin yang and get it done. Let's just do that. Okay. Now I guess we just do the same thing, except we get to choose whatever we want, right? We don't have the key block. So we can start with what we like. Let's go ahead and start with, we haven't seen any eyes yet. So let's put double I on there. And so now this first row doesn't, this first tier doesn't matter. In other games that will matter, but this is the basic one, and I'm really glad we're doing the basic one. Alright. So, am I thinking this right, that we need to have, whatever's here also has to have an I. Then we need an I there as well. So we got to do a double I, right? But then we're kind of trapped. Because if we want to put an I here, we also have to put an I there. So we just have to do all I's? Is that what I'm learning here? I guess so. So we have to do a double I here. We just have to do I's on everything. Can we do I's on everything? No. We've lost. Unless we have an I yin yang. But even then... Well, oh, okay. I'm doing this wrong. So one of these had to poke up, right? Then how does that work? Alright, we're going to start over. You can have some blocks. And you get to have some blocks. Alright, so if at some point one has to poke up, because you only get to use the key block once, right? So you're going to have something going up. And you have 2, 2. No, then that doesn't work either. I'm confused. Alright, let's just read all the rules, except for the introduction. For each game, players decide how to distribute the blocks. Leave them in the container and pick one at random in turn during play. You can do that. Let's do that. That seems like more fun. And you don't have to look at all the blocks. Or you can deal them out, but then you have to look at too many blocks. I'd rather not compute that much information. Okay, so we're going to use the box here. And see, I'll just show you. I have it shielded. So I'm going to reach around and pick them. Okay, so we'll do that way. Begin each game with someone rolling the little key block like a die. It says like a dice, but it should be like a die. Okay, so now we have Earth. I guess Earth is upside down there. Or you can scatter them around the play pad for all players to examine, pick up. Okay, so everyone can share. I don't know why they say play pad for that, because you wouldn't scatter them around this. This is what I think of as the play pad, if I were to think of anything as a play pad. Alright. Begin each game with someone rolling blah blah on one of the corner spaces in the play pad of the play pad. So, yeah, okay. Terminology is inconsistent. Place this key block with whatever symbol comes up showing on top. The other blocks are added to the play pad one at a time and turned by matching symbols, somewhat as in dominoes, except that this is three-dimensional. Blocks may be removed after being played. Removing a block and then replaying it, or playing another one instead, is all one turn. Players may pass their turn. Oh, well, that changes things too. Games are won when a cube is formed. Games are lost when play is blocked and the cube cannot be made, but then you can also just remove a block. So, I don't know. There must be... maybe this should be our goal, to try to lose. Roll the key block, place on corner space, then taking turns at a block by matching symbols on the top faces of the blocks only when they're at the same level. Symbols must match. Okay. Blocks do not touch or the level is changed by playing a block on its end. No matching of symbols is needed. Okay. So that's what we missed. You don't have to match if you're going up and down. So couldn't you just go up and down and match that way and kind of skip the whole first thing? But then you need all earths. And I don't know if we want to do that. So let's do... This is fun. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to be able to match that, but I can play it anywhere. Got a bunch of doubles. I don't think we want the doubles. I guess since we picked this block now, let's go ahead and use the yin-yang and do it in the middle, like that. Seems like a good move. I'm going to draw randomly again. Okay. We got another one with the yin-yang. Like when you're doing the one where you just draw one at randomly, it's like, why not use the yin-yang if you can? So let's go ahead and do this here. Okay, so we need an earth or a yin-yang and a sun. We don't have any suns on these sides, so we're going to go up a level. We'll do it right here because I guess it doesn't matter if you go up a level. And we still have the yin-yang there. I guess that's not going to matter either. Okay, so now we're moving on to level 2. We don't have a horse on the ends here, so we're going to just move off of the sides. See, we have a horse. We have a horse there. We're going to make a cube. We're going to make a cube. Okay, now we have earth and heaven. No, we don't want to put it there because, see, that's where it's tricky. And we can't go up a level anymore. Oh, no, we could. Yeah, we kind of need a yin-yang there because we can't put a or else to go up a level. And our rule of thumb is if you get a yin-yang, use it. A horse on the ends. Now, do we have a horse slash rain? Nope. We have horse slash yin yang. I'm gonna put that there. There seems to be like plentiful yin yangs, which is good. Okay, we got a horse right here. No, Now we gotta go up a level. Okay, do we want to go sun or earth? Or no? Yeah. Earth or sun, yeah. I like the sun. Let's do the sun. Not seeing any suns here. Do see a yin yang though. So we will go ahead and do like that. You don't want to do it this way because rain and sun can't match, and you have to put something there. We'll go like that. You got double sun, which doesn't seem like a good one. None of these seem great. We got to do the double sun though. Because we need another double sun. Double I. We have another double sun. But then we're going to be stuck. Yeah, we can't do that there. We could do a double sun this way. But then we're still stuck unless we have a sun slash yin yang is what we need. No, that's not going to work. Pick that one up. We're still stuck. And we'll pick this one up. Put this here. Yeah, we're just trapped. I've gotten less intuitive. Remember when I first got this, I tried it out and it was not this difficult for me. But that's okay. Right? It's okay. Alright. We're going to back up. We're going to take this off. We're definitely doing the easiest one on hard mode, to be fair. But still a little too hard for me. Okay. Let's try any other yin yangs. See, we used all of our yin yangs in the easier part. So maybe what we can do is pull this one up. So you can just do that, right? No, that's that one. We have to have a yin yang there. But we have a few more options with this one. Like we have a yin yang rain. That seems like a good thing to have. Put that there. And then we got to remember we can go 3 dimensions now. But no, we can't there. Okay. So we just need something with a. We don't use our yin yang. We'll use this one. I don't like this double block. Oh, we can't. It doesn't have anything we need. This one's got some doubles. It also doesn't have the one we need. We need 2 earths. I guess this one does. There we go. Now we're not so beholden to the sun. We got these. We're just stuck with these 2 double blocks. I don't think you want to end the game with the 2 double blocks. I don't think that's helpful. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna beat this easy mode of Zen blocks, and then I think we'll call it good. take this one down, take this one down, take this one down. Oh no, I gotta take one down and play one. I still gotta follow the rules, even though the rules seem kind of like lax a little bit. We're still gonna follow them. We don't want the sun poking up because that did not work for us. We're gonna use, yes, the yin yang poking up. We like that. Okay. Now we can put whatever we want there. So let's just put something that fits there and then do it. I like this. Okay. So we got rain, sun, then we can end it with the sun, which was giving us so many problems. And let's lower it so you get a more personal view of the cube. There we go. That's what we made. Now we did it using the simplest rules. So basically, as you're going to different rules, that was singles and doubles. N is the tops and bottoms have to match. So if you put one on top of something else, it has to match the thing on top of it. So if I were to put a block onto this, it would have to have rain on it. That seems like it'd be very difficult. And given that I'm already like, when I do things live like this, my processing power is very split. So that's fine. I'm fine that we're stopping on the easy level. Triple Zen, the tops have to match, the bottoms have to match the blocks underneath, and sides directly touching also have to match. So I think, like, if this side right here, let's do it from a view you can see. So that would mean like this would have to match that, which they happen to, but the other one doesn't. So that wouldn't work for triple Zen. And that one seems like it would be very hard. But again, you given enough time, you could do it because you have infinite time if that's what you want to do. Because there's no real way to lose that I can see, as long as you can keep taking a block and playing a block. Then there's the inside-outside Zen variations. The easy game, try making a cube with each outside face having one kind of symbol only. Okay, that's kind of fun. So you just got to make it kind of like a reverse Rubik's Cube. And the harder game is done this. You have the same goal, except you have to do like the level 1 version of the single Zen where the tops have to match, and then the even harder game, do it as before, but the outside face having matching symbols, but match. Okay, so yeah, instead of having them all be different, they have to match, and the tops and bottoms of the blocks. Try the cube. I gotta read this before I try to I'll just read it to you. Try the cube as before with outside faces having matching symbols, but match tops and bottoms of blocks as they are played. Okay, so it's like the harder game, except you're trying to get all the outside symbols to match. So it's like a Rubik's Cube then, instead of a reverse Rubik's Cube. And then the impossible possible Zen is do the 6 different sided cube, but as you add blocks. Okay, so it's like the triple Zen coupled with the even harder game is what that is. Okay, and then there's other possibilities. These are the kinds of games tried by players over the years and sent in to us. We pass them on to you. So this might be what made the rules revised. So after 10 years, this is what people came up with. One face Zen. Younger players getting to know the game will often try matching tops and getting just one of the outside faces of the cubes to be all one kind of symbol. Okay, so that's like a little harder version of single Zen, which is the one we did. Silent Zen, players, I like this one. Players try one of the variations agreed on beforehand and then play the entire game without any verbal communication. I think that would be fun. And then Speed Zen is probably the way you could lose the game, actually. Players try one of the variations and set a time limit on an alarm clock. See if the group can assemble the cube before bell time. See, that's the one way that you could like lose without choosing to lose. Otherwise, you lose by giving up. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gave you a taste of this game. It's kind of for posterity, you can see that this game existed. I think it's one that a lot of people could actually enjoy. It seems very accessible. The components are very nice, which is probably the like objectively nicest set of components in a family pastimes game that I've played. So I think that kind of makes it more friendly, and it's like pretty straightforward, abstract kind of like puzzle that a lot of people could enjoy. So thanks for joining me on this quick, well, it wasn't that quick, but this little dip into Deacove. And we'll see you next time when I do that. I don't know when I will. Maybe next week. Because, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'm just stuttering. All right. Bye.